I would agree. Just read the book because I think we have some parents where they also have the same problem as their kid. Like you just want to scroll and be on social media or get social media advice or suggestions from scrolling from this. So I think like just as much as, it's something kids are going through, a lot of adults are probably at fault for the reason some of this stuff is happening. And I think yeah, the best thing to do is, hey, read this book, not just for your kid, but for you too, because you probably have this issue as well in some small ways. So,
Yeah. Also, something I think encouraging that he kind of mentions, and it made me think this like, in order to trust your kid, you have to trust your kid, right? So, like, they have to build trust, but you can't build trust if you're hovering, right? And then you have, with social media and with media in general, we're fed that kids are doing this bad thing and kids are doing this bad thing. And so you don't trust your kid and your kid never had a chance to do the bad thing.
Well, this whole overprotection movement that started late 80s, early 90s was all fear-based. It was mainstream media, feeding all the parents that your kid's going to get kidnapped if you let them play outside. When, if you look at crime rates and abductions, it was the lowest that it ever been. Like it didn't correlate, right? So I think, media has a role in this, but it is what it is. Now we just have to get ourselves out of it. But I like that Dr. Haidt talks about the let grow movement, right?
Mhm.
Free range kids, hands down, yes, absolutely. And I love that, talking with my adult children now, 24, 23, 21, I love how they can come back and go, Mom, I'm so glad you let us fight it out in the backyard, right? Especially my oldest and youngest kid who are boys. Y'all figure it out. I'm tired of mediating. Go punch each other. No, that is not the preferred method. It was really said in jest. But, when the youngest one is tired of being poked by the oldest one, then the youngest one snaps and punches him. And guess what? The oldest one stopped doing it, or he got sneakier and smarter about what he was doing. So, I mean, sibling rivalry always going to be there. But, they did spend a lot of time in discovery mode, right? Dr. Haidt talks about discovery mode versus defend mode. And social media and the internet, video games, puts kids in this defend mode all the time. And you lose that beautiful little 2-year-old who picks up every blade of grass and rock and bug. And if you go on a nature walk with a 2-year-old, you're going to be out there a while. Because they gotta touch and look and everything, right? They lose that. The more you put a screen in front of them, the more they lose that. And that actually affects their neuronal development. Right? So, ooh,
Mhm.
ooh. So,
Yeah.
are there things where you have any shifts about your own interaction with the phone or social media? Some
Yeah.
self-reflection.
I definitely did.
I'm on my phone. Like, I know I'm on my phone way too much. Like, and it's something I know that I need to like work on because it's not good. I am missing out like on real conversations. Like, even just at home, me and my boyfriend, like, will be sitting on the couch together and we're both just scrolling when we could be having like a conversation. Or like if we're out eating at a restaurant, we're scrolling on our phone. We could be talking, right? So yeah.
Or playing a game
Yeah.
or working on a puzzle or in the garden together or pick your
Yeah,
activity.
whatever, anything.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I don't scroll too much, but I think I'm just a scroller when I'm like super uber bored or I'm a procrastinator. So when I'm like, oh, I don't want to do something, like I'll just scroll. But I think when it comes to like when I'm with people, I was always grown up that it's like rude to be on your phone when you're with people. So that's kind of something I've continued, like obviously you have to check a text or maybe get a call, like that stuff's normal, but I'm a yapper, so and like my husband never gets any rest. We're talking. We're like we've talked about it before, how Dom Patrice, you hate when someone's talking during a show. Let's watch the show. Nah, we're yapping. I need some commentary. Let's talk about it. This is insane. So I talk probably too much, but I
I'd
also
probably kick
I
you out.
scroll a lot.
I'd be like,
You probably
because I don't know what's going on, and I can't answer your question if you're talking to me while I'm trying to absorb what's going on. No, my daughter does the same thing, and I have to pause it, and I'm like, have I watched this before? No. Have you watched this before? No. Then how can I answer your question? Can we watch? Right. I mean,
What's so funny is, Yana, me and you can go hang out and watch TV together. So the reason
Please.
why I even watch Love Island is because me and my friend, and now I got my fiance in there to the point where he's like, "We watching it tonight?" Like he's on board, right? But because we commentate on the stupidity of the show,
That's
we're like,
happening.
why
Yeah,
are
yeah.
people doing this?
you like the train wreck.
Yes.
You like the train
My
wreck.
own life's not a train wreck, so I'm just watching trains wreck so that I
Yeah.
can
I understand.
become more
But
self-aware.
so let's think, like I find it very telling that two common phrases when it comes to our phones is death scroll, bed rot.
They're my favorite things.
Day.
Words have power, really? Like that is so telling, y'all. So telling.
Mhm.
And I
Love
hear
both of
that
those
in my
things.
head. But here's the thing too, like what I have found, and I know y'all have heard me talk about this recently, especially in reading this book, is, Dr. Haidt talks about the fragmentation of our thinking. And I see this a lot. I get asked all the time from clients, well, I have or they'll make the statement of, well, I have adult onset ADHD. And I'm like, it's
It's
not a
not.
thing. It's not a thing. Well, I can't think, I can't attend. My attention is all over the place, brain fog, whatever. And I was like, no, it's the fragmentation, right? I mean, 192 notifications, 3 minutes apiece. You can't do anything because you're constantly getting notifications. Now you can link your phone to your computer. And so your phone, it's going off when you're on your computer trying to get something done as well. Just as we were on this, I got one. I'm like, I thought I turned that stuff off. I hate it. So like, no, we can't think. We have retrained our brain to not be able to sustain. Everything is done in fragments. You get this much of brain capacity. Where if we'd stop doing that, maybe we could get this much brain capacity into this task. We are not multitaskers. That's a misnomer. Our brain doesn't do that. It attends to one thing at a time. It may not need to give it full power for, breathing and driving home and things like that, but it needs it.
I've noticed that a lot as well, especially because of, I think I recently told Dr. Teresa, this is like being 30, I feel like my frontal lobe just started working and I can like be self-aware in the things that I'm doing and trying to like work through those processes of having Dom Patrice diagnosed ADHD, but she's a professional. So I'm fully aware that I probably did have, especially as a little kid, going back to getting in trouble for talking too much. I was always in trouble, but it's like, even when she started bringing up like the fragmentation thing and like always wanting to like go to your phone, I realized I do that. Right. And so it's hard to like do and to not be so on it. And like, then there's people who have those expectations of you to respond so like rapidly. but
We
then
train people how to treat us. So retrain them. No, I'm not going to respond in the next 30 minutes. I'll respond when I'm done with my workday.
And
And I'm just
I
as
would
guilty,
agree.
right? I'm just as guilty. I have really seen over the last 4 years, well, God's honest truth, is since I've started taking on interns and associates and growing, I have split and fragmented myself to manage this and be available here and be available for clients and still do all the business stuff. Where I used to, I walked into work at 8 o'clock, the phone often stayed in my purse, on silent on my desk, and I was with clients the whole time. And y'all, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I was all in with every client. I didn't hear the vibration go off or the notification or whatever. And I heard from my clients time and time and time again, oh my God, I can't believe you remember that. Oh my God, I can't believe you remember that. That was like, wasn't that like 4 years ago? And I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, I remember it, right? Because I was all in. You had all of my attention. And it was beautiful. And over the last 4 years, not that I'm not still there for my clients, I am. It's in between my clients that I'm checking my phone, trying to respond to an email or a text and get you what you need and what you need and what you need while I'm still doing what I need and what my clients need, right? Instead of, was it the Pomodoro method? You know, where you're chunking and you're blocking, right? I'm going to check email right before, you know, get to work early, 30 minutes early. I'm going to check my email, and then I'm going to check it at lunch after I've eaten 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and then I will check it at the end of the day before I leave. Instead of this constant checking, right? Because again, every time you do that, you shift 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Right?
I think that's why, like with
So that's what I'm
Ariana's
taking
saying,
away.
with what Ariana's saying of like constantly wanting to check your phone, I mean, that's why I love the DND feature. Like the only people that can truly ever get through my phone is my husband, and then now you guys, since I work with you guys in case something's happening. But other than that, like leave me alone. Even my family knows, like, you're probably not going to get a hold of her. If you need some, I always tell people, if you truly, truly need me, text my husband. He will let me know. Like, leave me, like literally, if I could have a flip phone and still scroll TikTok, I would totally do that. I like don't like when people call me. I don't like all the dings and stuff. Even when my phone's not on D&D, I have like all my notifications turned off. I don't care. Go like the picture, go comment. I'll see it whenever I get on. Like, I don't know, I hate that. I think that stuff's so annoying.
Well, I had to teach my kids when I went into private practice, like, hey, I'm not going to be able to answer my phone. If there's an emergency, call your Grams. She's 15 minutes away. She'll come get me. Right. And again, that goes back into how they were raised to stand on their own 2 feet and problem solve and not call me and ask me where the peanut butter is when the peanut butter is in the same place that you left it yesterday on the shelf. Right. Or we need more milk. Can you pick up more milk on the way home? No, dude, you'll be fine. Put it on the list that's on the fridge and I'll attend to it later. You don't need it now, right? I mean, and I just have to say, Yana, because I'm thinking this and it's making me laugh, this generational gap. You say D&D and I immediately think Dungeons and Dragons, not Do Not Disturb. Just saying. Right? But that's what I love about not being in the same place that y'all are. Like, let's learning from each other and how can we be better, right? And yes, I'm 50, but I can always still learn and be better.
Dungeons and Dragons just as much as I love Do Not Disturb. So hand in hand.
Well, love Do Not Disturb. Totally love it.
I recognized a while ago that with Instagram specifically for me, I think that's because that's the one that came out first when I was in high school. Whenever I would get notifications, I would just feel this anxiety getting the notification and like, or if I posted something, this urge to like go check my notifications. And it was like, I don't genuinely care about that, right? And I actually completely turned my notifications off for Instagram. I don't get them anymore. I don't care. It's gotten to the point where now it's helped me not care. Even if I do post something, I just don't care because I'm not getting I don't notifications. And so, but I've recognized in myself that that's what's going on. And then with our profession, wanting to create a presence online to get information out to people, like knowledge. And again, not all of us are not the same when it comes to being a therapist, right? So even if it's the same knowledge, we all have different ways that we present it. And wanting to like put that out there and trying to think of a way to do that without falling back into the cycle that I was in because it was created when I was in high school. Going back to being like, it's like in high school now, it's going to be like a bunch of meth addicts in high school. So now instead of it being high school, it's like rehab because they don't have phones.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yep.
I don't want to be back in that cycle. So how do you do that moving forward, right? And I don't know if there is a all proof way to do that. I thought, okay, I'll start over and not follow anybody on this new thing. And
I
then
think
maybe
for what has worked for me personally is always telling myself, like, I mean, one, social media is supposed to be like fun. It's supposed to be, yeah, educational or helpful or whatever. It's not a real place. Like, that's what I always tell myself. Like, this is made up. This isn't real. This is an online platform with a bunch of people. Like, I don't go post on Instagram and show you, well, I know some people do, but I don't, if you go look at my Instagram, you're not going to see me like crying and sad and depressed. I'm only showing you these happy, exciting moments of my life, these small little picture snippets with a cute little caption. This is the vacation I went to. It was my birthday. I did this event. That's not like my life, though. Someone couldn't message me and be like, oh, I know you. I know all this stuff about you. No, you don't. Like, you don't know what my hard days are or what my personality is. You just know this one picture or this one 20-second video that I posted about whatever I posted about. It's not real. Your opinions, your thoughts, I mean, it's really irrelevant to the reality of my real life.
Mhm.
And I think that's something that helps me like not falling back into like how it was in high school where I care that you comment or you like or you tell me happy birthday. I don't care. Don't tell me happy birthday because the people I see in real life are going to text my phone and have my number or whatever. Like, this is just for me to share. I made this account so I can post about things I want to share to other people, you know? So it's just remembering this isn't a literal place. And
Yeah.
that's something that's helped me.